вот уже треть жителей США в возрасте от 18 до 24 лет верят, что Земля плоская, а почти 15% американцев в возрасте за 30 с ними согласны.
Никому не нравится чувство, что мы находимся на маленьком шарике, который несется сквозь Вселенную. Да, закроют программы с астрофизическим и космическим уклоном. Оставшиеся естественные науки, как биология, геология, океанология, археология и другие, должны быть полностью обновлены.
Hold him. Now you listen to me, you hillbilly punk who thinks the world's still round. I'm here to tell you it's not. It's flat!
He's an interesting guy, man, and, you know, he believes it, so. Kyrie, the earth is flat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, whatever.
Flat, that's news.
That's news. There we go.
Wherever you are, make it Truth Frequency Radio.
Broadcasting straight to you from a large spaceship, currently at war with the mainstream scientific community. Meanwhile, the Peanut Gallery is debating on watching Bill Nye, the engineer guy, or science guy, or moron, whatever he's going by these days, debunk the flat Earth, or does he spend his time more intelligently and productively by playing World of Warcraft? World of Warcraft for the win. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Strange World, where the truth is often stranger than fiction. I am your host, Mark Sargent, the creator of Flat Earth Clues, which propose that all of us are living inside a Truman Show enclosed structure thousands of miles wide. Check it out at enclosedworld.com or just Google Flat Earth Clues. If you can't find it, well, you're not very good at that whole internet thing. For those of you listening to this on YouTube and you want to hear the show live as it happens, please go to Truth Frequency Radio for the latest schedule. Currently, this show is on Tuesday nights at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern, and if it is not May 8th, 2018, then you're listening to a rerun. Quote of the day from the Peanut Gallery: if you compare NASA's annual budget to explore the heavens, that one-year budget would fund NOAA's budget to explore the oceans for 1,600 years. That's from Robert Ballard, ocean researcher. Quick announcements. Canadian Flat Earth Conference, going to be in Edmonton, Canada, August 9th and 10th. Check it out at fe2018.com/Canada. Or you can check out the American Conference, which is going to be in Denver this November. Same sort of thing. Just go to fe2018.com. Going to be a whole lot of fun. Tonight, we're going to take phone calls, and yeah, there's some calls coming in already. I'll give out the phone number real quick before we do my other stuff. Phone numbers to call in tonight, 720-897-6111. That's 720-897-6111, or 213-233-3998. That'll actually get you in faster. 213-233-3998. UK, don't forget your country code, 011, then 44-203-393-2871. And I just want to call in and listen. This is the number, 641-793-7117. So you guys got all that? That's good. Tonight we're going to talk about anything you want. I imagine some people are going to want to talk about the documentary that I saw up in Toronto, Canada, with Miss Patricia Steer from Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes. We saw it first time in the production team's hotel room, and then we saw it a second time in a theater. It was amazing. It is going to be controversial. It is going to make some people happy and some people not happy. It is a mainstream production made for the mainstream world. Where will it show up? Will it show up on Netflix or Discovery or History Channel or National Geographic? We don't know. It's not our job. We were just up there to see it and give our take on it. So if anyone wants to talk about it, that'd be freaking great. Subject matter experts, going to rattle these off. Well, you know what? Let's do the Flat Earth Challenge first. Mark Sargent Flat Earth Challenge. This is my personal declaration of war from Flat Earth against mainstream science. I, Mark Sargent, hereby put forth a challenge to any university, foreign or domestic, to debate or discuss the Flat Earth reality. The short version is this. You fly me in, take care of my hotel, and I'll face down any scientific body you put against me. My only debate requirement is that you have someone with a master's degree in physical science either participating in or supervising the event. Accept this challenge, and you will be treated with respect. If not, then you're just cowards hiding behind empty equations. And that challenge is going to expand here pretty soon because I am, believe it or not, I am actually working on Flat Earth Clues 13. Which is going to be revolving around this. I've decided I'm going to put my stake and put my money where my mouth is, and do 13. It is going to revolve around a challenge that is tied to a vacuum chamber. And I can tell you guys, because we're all friends here, is that I'm going to say, look, you wanna prove to me that there's nothing wrong with the space program? Give me an astronaut suit, not a G-force suit, an astronaut suit. Put me in a vacuum chamber. Throw the lever. That's how far I'm willing to go, because there is no way that suit does what it says it does. And if you think I'm kidding, you think I'm reaching here, go out there, find me any video of an astronaut actually in a vacuum chamber. And I'm again, be clear on this. It's not a G suit. A G suit is a G-force suit. That's from a fighter plane. Those are tethered. That's part of the plane. An astronaut, I'm talking like an Apollo astronaut suit. Or any sort where it's self-contained, no wires, no cables, just you walking around free for all inside a vacuum chamber. That's what I'm willing to do. Before we pick up our first caller, that's going to be 254 area code. Let me rattle off the subject matter experts real quick. If anyone wants to jump in on this, anyone wants to be a subject matter expert or refute a subject matter expert, here's who we have so far. United States Navy missile instructor, a United States Air Force navigator, a Marine Corps sniper instructor, a Navy submarine chief, an Army artillery radar operator, an Australian intelligence officer, an American flight instructor, an industrial engineer specializing in valves and seals, a career surveyor of 32 years, an international shipping expert, a corporate travel agent, an air traffic controller, a United States Army master gunner, an aviation and ground training combat expert, a USDA surveyor of 27 years, a 32nd degree Mason, an etheric science researcher, a commercial airline captain, an airline co-pilot, an industrial vacuum expert, hence the spacesuit thing, merchant marine, an Army air traffic controller, a United States Navy quartermaster, and a U.S. Navy cryptological technician. All these people I've had on the show in one form or another, and they've all said the same thing. The world is not what you think it is. So there you go. Let's jump right on the calls, shall we? See who's out there. Let's go to 254 out in Texas. 254, you are on with Strange World right now. I'm guessing you are not a first-time caller.
You are right, Mark.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Mark? It's Shannon.
Hey.
I may have asked you this before,
Mhm.
I have not had a chance to see your documentary because is it online yet or anything?
You know what? I should clarify this. There was, for those people who are listening out there, I don't mind saying this, somebody, some nefarious type during the last showing, which was just a couple days ago, Sunday, recorded what they could with their phone, kind of a bootleg version. Now, because
Right.
because the producers were being proactive and sending ushers around apparently all the time, he only got about half of the movie, a little over half of the movie. The beginning was chopped off, the end was chopped off. Honestly, there was editing all over this place. It was shot in black and white. It was shot from the side. The sound isn't very great. It's probably one of the worst bootlegs in history. But it is out there. You can look around the Flat Earth community. You're not going to find it on YouTube because I'm warning anyone out there. You even put this bootleg copied up in YouTube, they will copyright strike you. I know that's absolutely happened to the first person. But I know that it's shuffling around in certain circles inside the Flat Earth community, so it can be acquired.
Well, that is not what I called in to ask about
Okay.
specifically. I actually called in to ask you. Somebody, I can't remember where it was bringing up a very interesting idea. I may have already asked you this because, I'm forgetful.
No. It's all right.
As age comes on, I get forgetful. I'm forgetful anyway. But, okay, I haven't had a chance to research this. You may have. I'm sure you have. But for a sailboat to, try as fast as it can to circumnavigate the equator.
Yeah.
That means going around ships and stuff. Basically the Magellan trip.
Yeah.
Do you know how long that takes to do that?
Not without looking it up.
Nowadays?
You mean like with a powerboat?
No, like a sailboat.
Just sailboat. I mean, what's the world record going around the world in a sailboat? Hang on. Peanut Gallery is going to tell me here. We did the timeline. Yeah, I know that. So what is it? Was it 40 days? I think it was 40 days.
That's what I was told was 40 days.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
Fine. Yeah.
And then, you know how they have the great race around Antarctica every year or whatever?
Yeah.
Takes how long?
I think it
Peanut
took.
Gallery?
I think it. In fact, this is right up Peanut Gallery's alley because I think we talked about this before I went. Yeah, 40 days, 23 hours, 30 minutes. That's the world record normally. And then the Antarctic trip, and there's a little delay because he's hearing me about 8 seconds after I talk to you. But I believe it's much, much longer. I believe it's
like 100 to close to maybe 200, depending on.
I don't know if it's 200 days, but I know it's a lot. It's a lot more than sailing around the equator, which should not be possible because if you're trying to sail around Australia, it would be more or less the same distance if it was a globe and if Antarctica was an island continent. Yep, 102 days.
Is all I would say.
There's the record. Or going around Antarctica, it's 102 days, 56 minutes. That seems strange to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's like way long. That's a little over double.
Yep.
That's like 20 days more than double.
Yeah.
And to sail around a continent on the globe, that's a huge difference. People need to wake up and say, that's a big difference.
I agree. Absolutely.
To me, that's like saying it's definitely not a continent.
Yep. I'm with you 100%.
Anyway, that's what I wanted to say to you, or, just put that in Kira's ears.
Really?
I heard it in a chat the other day, and I found it very profound. That's a big deal.
Yeah. Well, it's good. I'm glad that thing is kind of spreading around because I'm pretty sure I know the guy who started that.
I can't remember his name. Can you tell us?
No, I can't say his name, but I'm pretty sure it was the Peanut Gallery. I think he was the one that started.
It may have been. He was on a panel with somebody talking, and it may have been him.
No, I don't even think. I think that guy got it from the Peanut Gallery. I'm going to give the Peanut Gallery a lot of credit today because he is now. Yeah. Anyway, anything else that you would like to say before we send you off?
Why are they called apartments?
No, where they called apartments.
I don't know, because they're together.
Nice. It's good.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah. You have a great night.
All right, you too.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. All right, let's pick up 612 area code. 612, you're on live with Strange World right now. What do you got, and do I care?
Wesley Stage Flat Earth News Talk. Wait for it. Go.
Wes, why do you continue
that
to call?
That was a great one.
Why?
That was a great side, Mark. I congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
You know, it's really nice that the Peanut Gallery keeps you in line. I love it. If it weren't for him, you wouldn't be so focused.
You know, that's true. And some people have said that the Peanut Gallery isn't real. They've said that the Peanut Gallery is just one of my many personalities, and that I'm schizophrenic.
Or fictional.
Yeah, fictional. It's not a real person, but I can absolutely tell you that the Peanut Gallery is real.
It's Mark's other side.
Yeah, it's my dark side. I mean, I've done that to people anyway, kind of joking. It's like, why do you talk to me like that? I don't know. Shut up. Stuff like that. But when he's coming in, because he comes in on text only, I don't hear him. So he's only come in on text, reminding me. And I've actually had a version of the Peanut Gallery ever since I started the show, because apparently I can be forgetful. So it's nice having him out there, though. It's really great.
He's embedded in your mind. I'm not crazy. Yes, you are. Shut up. No, knock it off. Okay.
Just kill them all.
God, who did that? I can't remember where I got that. That was from a movie. I know it was.
Probably several movies. Quote, by the way, now that you waited long enough, a quote came in for you from the Peanut Gallery. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. It's good. It's from Mark Twain. Oh. And that's straight out of law enforcement, though, where people still to this day do not know. You see it in cop shows all the time. It's like, why are you making me tell this story again? I've tell you a dozen times, right? And that is because the truth doesn't change. But if you're lying, chances are lies tend to get bigger and embellished more. And so it's police procedure. They'll just keep asking you the same question until they're satisfied that it's the same story, because you're going to miss some details. Right. So if you're going to lie, keep it simple. All right? Just let you guys know.
There you go. Yeah, and that's just it. When people start telling a lie over and over and over, all of a sudden they start to believe it.
Yeah, that too. I mean,
that's a scary thing.
Like the globe? Is that what you're hinting at, Wes?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Good one. Yeah. I had two-part question.
Okay.
One is this guy, and I know you know who I'm talking about, Flat Earth Reset.
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck is up with this dude. He really hates you guys, but I don't you and Patricia.
I know.
I do not understand why he continues to watch the show. I mean, he's probably a subscriber.
Probably. Well, yeah, because if you're a subscriber, you get to find out when the videos come out. So, look, you know me. I don't really hate anyone, but I know you've heard me say it before. Taylor Swift, a wise young woman who said that haters just gonna hate.
Yeah,
it's true.
But I just don't.
Ever since here's the reason. One of the big reasons is, and I'm not going to pick on him directly because there's so many people like him. When the internet first came out, I'm old enough to remember this. As soon as men figured out that they could post stuff or even say things anonymously, it's like they just wound up for it. It's like, wait, you mean I can say the most vile stuff ever and I'm never going to get in trouble for it? Call it bad childhood, call it whatever you want. Someone that just didn't get enough attention when they were kids. But that's what we're talking about here. And you can always tell because they're anonymous. They don't put out their real name. We hear, like Flat Earth Reset and Red's Rhetoric.
I'm so glad you said
and MGTV and all.
Going to throw the same thing out. Because this guy does not show his name.
Nope.
We don't know what he looks like.
Nope.
I don't know if he's ever been on the Hangouts, but if he is, I'm sure he's not showing his face. And there was just the other part question was part of what I had seen earlier, which I totally blow this through my head real quick. But, and you got to put it to rest because it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because I remember I've been with you damn near from the beginning.
Yeah.
And there was an episode you guys did, you and Patricia, and you showed everybody your card. And this is back in the beginning when you showed your card for the Flat Earth Society.
Yeah, I
and
still
I
have
think
it.
you were member number 11.
Well,
which
no,
wasn't
not
even
11.
the original.
Not 11. No, not 11. But I was in the original group. So
Right.
I think my number is 539. To be honest, Thomas Dolby was number 1.
Oh, what?
If you guys don't know who Thomas Dolby
Okay,
is,
but that's not. When you think about it, that's not much. Which
No.
means it was a new thing that came out. It wasn't the original way back when they started the Flat Earth Society.
right?
And it's like he's sitting there talking about, and I'm sure you watched the video. I can't remember if I sent it to you and Patricia to say, check this guy out.
Yeah.
But, he was, saying, well, how come he always, sidesteps it? Like his mother said something about it, and he didn't bother to recorrect her.
In the trailer. Yeah, well, I couldn't correct her in the trailer. That's 90 seconds. That's editing. And she look, she was right when she said
I was just going to say that there is no way that was not edited.
Right. Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I've said it many times, and that is, look, I was the one in the very beginning I was one of the few people in Flat Earth. I think was the only guy at the time that jumped into the Flat Earth Society, said, "Hey, what's going on here?" And it was utter chaos. And I backed out, and I mentioned it in my very first clue. I said, "Look, there's trolls that are just waving people off as soon as they get in. I mean, they're literally trying to chase people away from the Flat Earth Society." And I thought that was really strange and suspicious, because if you're a troll, if you're a professional troll, or an amateur troll, you could stay on YouTube and make people cry really all day long. You don't have to go anywhere else. So why these guys, and there was more than one, why they were hanging out in this tiny little part of the internet chasing people away just seemed really, really odd. And I brought it up, and then I never endorsed the Flat Earth Society. I dare anyone. It's like, oh yeah, join the Flat Earth Society, it'd be great. No. It was a learning thing by me, and that's why I tried to warn others. And I said it in many interviews, and whatever.
Right.
People.
I think this is the problem with this guy. He takes too many things out of context. I don't even think he probably watched the whole show. He just took bits and pieces out and just started tearing you guys apart. And I'm sorry, I just don't get it. It's like, get your facts straight.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. And the biggest thing is, he's probably very much into Eric DeBay, because every single video he ever put out, Eric's right there going, "Great video, man, keep it up." Right. So it's like, oh my God, I cannot believe this guy. He needs to get his shit straight.
I agree. I'll tell you, and I'll tell everybody else, I don't give trolls much attention, especially if they're not anonymous. I put my name, my email address, my phone number, and everything.
I'll tell you what, I was so angry, I was going to make a comment, but I know what's going to happen when I do that. Because then I'm just feeding it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to bother.
Don't feed the trolls. There's right.
I don't do it.
I had a friend.
I'm done with trying to argue with them.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't argue with the trolls anymore.
Anything else? Because I unfortunately do have some other calls I got to take.
No, I'm gonna let you go. I'm sorry I put you on the spot, but I'm you know what? Okay. I know you're going to be able to handle it. You handled it just fine. So okay, there you go.
All right. Enjoy.
All right, guys, and then I'm say everybody that my channel is back up and running. I can now do live stream on my original one, which I have almost 500 subscribers on now. So check it out, Flat Earth News Talk. And I will talk to you later, Mark.
All right,
have a good day.
I'll see you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's jump over to, why don't I do this before the break? Beverly Hills, California. I haven't heard from these guys in a while. Beverly Hills, California. What's happening, man?
Hey, Mark, it's Andy and Ross. What's up, man?
It's Andy and Ross from Beverly Hills. Do you guys actually do anything, or do you just kind of like chilling in Beverly Hills? Everyone thinks that, your entire
trust fund babies.
Are you actually trust fund babies?
Yeah.
You're killing me. Well, mostly, and the fact that you would say that, I mean, most people don't even know what a trust fund baby is. I do. I've known some debutantes and society people growing up, and if those people don't know, if you have enough money, you create trust funds for your children so they don't necessarily have to do anything if they don't want to. And then I have to ask you,
but it helps you if they have a drug addiction, though.
Well, yes, that. But did they tell you? The thing with trust funds is, do you tell? There's lawyers will tell you this as you set up trust funds. It's like, okay, do you want to tell the kids before they're 18 that this thing's waiting for them, or do you just spring it on them? No, seriously, I knew a woman that they sprung it on her when she was 23. It was like, I don't know, it was such an odd thing. It was like,
how wealthy she was, though. I'm sure
what?
She knew how wealthy she was, though.
Well, that
she knew
day,
how wealthy she was, but she just didn't know she had trust.
Exactly.
Oh,
well, she knew she would inherit stuff one day, but trust fund's different. You don't have to wait for your parents to pass away. A trust fund is like, wake up one day. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, you don't have to work anymore. Anyway, what's on your guys' mind? You got 3 minutes till we go to the break.
Well, first of all, I think the word troll is just being way overused. It's just not right. It's not a good thing to get boxed in by.
Yeah.
We're really getting boxed in by this word, and it's horrible.
Yeah, I agree.
Because there shouldn't even be a word troll, because you shouldn't even pay no attention to any troll. So it just doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
I agree.
Ridiculous. Like, forget the troll, the whole thing. Why would we even talk about them?
That's just it. Feeding the troll is
doesn't
very
make any sense to me.
Feeding trolls is tempting. People want, you want the last word. A troll takes a shot at you and it's like, oh, I want to say something. I mean, I can't just because I know what it leads to. But other people, I mean, that's what, you're in high school. That's what people do. Generally, they're not called trolls in high school. They're just called assholes. It's like, guys.
There's a reason they've given us this word.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know most people think it has to do with the bridge troll side of it, but it's actually a fishing term. It's you're basically, you have you're trolling with a moving lure, and basically the boat's moving while you're fishing.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, unless you fish, you don't get it. It's like, oh, you're a bridge troll. You're like Shrek. It's like, no, that's actually an ogre, but whatever.
That implies that you actually have a boat and you're on it. See, a troll is anonymous, so it does no good. All it does is take your energy.
I agree. So what else? What else?
But anyway, here's the main thing. The main thing is that I don't think that there's any way there could possibly be one moon and one sun. I just don't see that as a possibility anymore.
You might be right. The Zen Garcia was covering it in the Book of Enoch stuff, and he's written several things recently that once he got into flat Earth, he said, "Look, the Book of Enoch is." You know what? Tell you what, I'll do this for you because you guys are longtime listeners, longtime callers. We're gonna go to music here in just a second. You want to stay through the break?
Okay. Sure, man.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the break, but the Book of Enoch, he was into it's like, how does this whole Book of Enoch work? And then he looked at the flat Earth. He's like, wait a minute, there's a lot more happening up there that we know about, and multiple suns, multiple moons, portals, that whole thing. At least when it comes to the sky, he goes, it's not this cut and dry. Oh, there's the music. All right, we'll be back in 3 minutes. You guys don't go anywhere, okay? I'm gonna mute you now.
All right.
No hate, no hype, no fear. We are TFR. Truth Frequency Radio.
Welcome back to Strange World, where the truth is often stranger than fiction. We have Beverly Hills on the line. We were talking about multiple suns, multiple moons, And I didn't even ask you. Was there something else you wanted to add to that, or did you want to jump over to something else before we go to our next?
Well, here's the thing. They say Australia is looking at. Here's why I just know there has to be more than one moon at least.
Yeah.
Because down in Australia, they've always told us in mainstream science that they see the upside down picture of the moon.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So that just leads me to think that since there's no globe and they're not seeing upside down, then it must be a different projection.
Yeah. Yeah. Same sort of thing could be used.
Upside down projection.
Yeah. Same thing could be used for the Antarctic sun, which is one of my only sticking things where it's like, because we don't know. I mean, again, we're talking about a technology up above. I mean, I know it's talked about in the Book of Enoch. Yeah. You guys don't know what that is. It's Enoch, one of the more interesting non-canonized book of the Bible, along with the Book of Jasher and others. But the Book of Enoch is a wild read. And when you're looking at it, because you're talking about a fairly primitive guy technology-wise who is trying to explain tech that is so beyond him. And
there's sun and moon sets. There's different sets probably. There's probably at least five different sets in different regions of the world that are going around. So I don't know how we're getting so locked into this one sun, one moon on a big track, because think about it. You wouldn't even be able to, the sun, we can see it's not powerful enough to light up half the earth.
Yeah.
We can see that.
Yeah.
There's no way it's powerful enough. That's the only way you can do that. And someone else is seeing a sun also in Africa or wherever, is if there's multiple suns. I mean, that's the only way. So who's pushing this model onto us? That's what I want to know.
It's good.
Who is trying to push this model? Because the more you're locked into one sun, one moon, the more you're brainwashed.
Yeah. Agreed.
In a way.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? There's like a whole brainwashing technique to being locked, thinking there's one sun and one moon. And there's just something that doesn't sit well with me with that at all.
Right on, man. Way to keep your mind open.
I want to know why we're...
I don't...
Yeah, who's coming out saying it's one sun, one moon on one track? Whoever says they know that?
Well, that's just it. Get
out of here, like.
Got to remember that. I mean, as far as the flat world is concerned, you got to start out small. You know me. I'm the tour guide for the Flat Earth University, and for me, it's like, okay, I'm going to propose a real simple model to you. You want the advanced stuff? You got to go to the building in the back with all those guys. But no, you're already there. I mean, you're already thinking. You're thinking down the line. I like it. Really, really good stuff, man. Anything?
Well, it's like, look. I just watched a video of a close up a sperm with a needle doing in vitro fertilization through a needle poking into an egg cell.
Yeah.
And they poked into there, and it just reminded me so much of something poking into some kind of a liquid dome type thing, and it was just really weird to watch it. Nice. And I was just thinking, like, there could just be injections going on.
Sure.
That's just a tiny micro example of it because I saw it on the microscope poking.
See, I like where
took a tiny needle and poked it in there.
I like where your head at, where you realize that size isn't really important, and the macro and the micro are related. Hey, anyway, I hate to do this to you, man, but I got calls lining up, so we will talk soon. Okay.
You're a popular guy.
I try.
Okay.
Talk to you soon.
Right, you're doing it, man.
Bye-bye. All right. Let's jump over to 914 area code. I believe that's in New York. After that, we'll go to Ohio. I know eventually I've got to get to 2 in California. And let's go to, where was I going? Oh, yeah, 914. 914 area code. You're on with Strange World right now.
Yeah, I'm here, Mark. Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
I am good.
Okay, so, a lot of things really quickly, I mean, it's so many things to cover, so little time. I know I have a little time here.
That's all right. What do you got?
I laid down a flat bomb at my parents.
Oh boy.
A couple of days ago.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you had to do it. You have to. You can't suppress your feeling.
Right.
It's going to come out. There it is. And, they really related to it in a way where it was really weird in a way because it almost seemed like they actually knew about it. That made me a little concerned. But I'm not going to get into that here on the show.
Okay.
Maybe, it could be a little sidebar. We could talk about that. Excellent call. The previous call, excellent. Talking about sun and the moon and all that other stuff. That's excellent. That might even be, part of the. Well, I don't know. That really could be part of the simulation.
Maybe.
In a way. Yeah, possibly. I don't know. There's many, everybody sees a different sun. Everybody sees a different moon. Everybody sees, a lot of different things on this. They see the moon in reverse. They see the sun in reverse. Yeah, well, whatever.
Right.
But I just want to say, yeah. So
okay.
Here I am, Chris from New York, just saying hi, touching base.
Hey, I'm glad you're out there listening. Glad you're soaking it in.
Oh yeah, I am. All right, Mark. Thank you for the call.
All right, man.
Zulu One. I'm sure he's out there. All right.
All right, man.
I'll talk to you.
All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye. All right. Let's jump over to Ohio, 419 area code. 419, you're on live with Strange World. Just you, me, and a whole bunch of strangers.
Hey, what's going on, Mark? It's Marty from Toledo.
Hey.
I kind of got a non-flat Earth question.
Okay.
You say you play online games.
I do.
Or play PC games like WoW.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Diablo 2?
Did I play Diablo 2? Diablo 2 is probably one of my has one of my favorite, I won't get into it now, favorite video game moments in the history of all my video game moments. Yeah, Diablo 2 I played.
What do you mean?
I played Diablo 2 so much to where I was doing things that other people haven't even heard of when it came to Diablo 2. I loved that game. Loved it. And I didn't so much so that when I got, because I played Paladin, when I got to Diablo 3, there was no Paladin, so I didn't play it.
Ooh. Well, they came out with an expansion for it.
Yeah, I know.
Diablo 3 wasn't that great.
Yeah, well, that's right. Diablo 2, Lord of Destruction. Oh, that was a great game. I was
just asking. I still play it, so that's why.
Oh yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful game. When the people that left early, I don't want to dwell on this too much. The people that left early before they got into the rune words, the rune word era, it's just so fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah, they missed out. They missed out if they did.
They did. So what other than that, you were just checking to see what I liked.
Well, yeah, I was just wondering. I was like, you play PC games.
Oh yeah,
and that's only I still play that game for some reason.
It was so great. I'm not kidding you. Out of all the video game companies that are out there, with the exception of like Fallout 3, the Blizzard could do no wrong. Still can do no wrong. I still have my WoW account. Still play it every week, and it's 14 years in the video game world. That's insane. That doesn't happen. So yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, and then
go ahead.
Yeah, another thing about the flat Earth reset. That guy.
Yeah.
I even told him, I was like, hey, you're kind of just throwing his name in there to get more views and all this, and I don't know. I don't agree with the guy really. And,
look,
I tried. I even made a comment. I made a comment, and he told me to F off and everything. I'm like, wow. All right.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
There are people, and it's not just in flat Earth. It's in every demographic. Well, I shouldn't say demographic group. Every sort of group that touches on different things. There's gonna be people that use the negative side to generate hits. So, by the way, are you breaking dishes? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm welding.
Oh, you're welding again. All right.
It's my job, man. I
right.
gotta make some money here somehow.
No, I hear you. Anyway, don't worry about Reset and the other trolls that are out there. I'll tell you the same thing I tell everybody else. Like, look, they're anonymous. They can only go so far. I put my name, my address, my phone number. You can look me up. When you hide behind a faceless avatar, there's only so much damage you can do. So.
Oh, yeah, I understand. All right, well, if you can, just put me on mute.
Yep,
and,
yep. I'll put you on mute.
appreciate
Continue welding, and we'll talk soon, okay?
All right, thanks, Mark.
Okay, we're going to do North Carolina, then we're going to do California, and I do not know the abbreviation. Oh, Palmdale, California. Well, it says Palmdale, whatever. Doesn't matter. Let's do North Carolina first. North Carolina 910 area code. What's happening?
What's up, Mark? It's Jake from North Carolina. What's up?
Everything's going pretty well tonight. It's a pretty good evening. What's going on in your neck of the woods?
Oh God, I got so much to say, but the one guy about the sun, I got to say this. I think people leave it out. A lot of Christians read the Bible and they read the part about the sun. It's like a runner running a race.
Right.
And this is the part everyone leaves out. I think is very important. And he hurries back to the place from which he came. You know how a runner on his last lap, on that straightaway stretch,
right?
He gives it all he's got, right?
Yep.
Okay, so something might be going on. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
over,
I do.
And then it might be shooting through like a freaking pool ball or a ping pong ball. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
so
yeah. There was
that.
There was a story that I didn't touch on when I was doing the clues. I touched on the Tower of Babel, but the other one I didn't touch on was, I don't want to quote too much chapter and verse here. It's not that kind of show, which was the story of Joshua, where he was smiting his enemies, and he asked God to hold the sun and the moon in the sky for another day so he could smite more enemies during the daylight, because he didn't want to fight at night. And you're thinking, oh yeah, so what? God can do anything. I was going, yeah, but if it was an enclosed, system and the sun was up there, you just hit the pause button on the sky and everything just stops. If it was a physical solar system,
hey,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I got something for you that people leave out on that one too.
What?
Do you know that there were more stones that come out of heaven and killed the enemy than the swords of the Israelites?
I did not know that.
That's what's in that scripture. So think about this thing going in a track. If it's in the dome, if it's in it, connected to it in a track, if that's possible. I'm not saying it is. I have no idea.
Sure.
But if it stops all of a sudden, wouldn't you think that part of this dome, it's like slamming on brakes and just debris would come flying down?
Interesting.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Now, that's not what I called about, though.
Okay. Wait,
I want to get on. Okay. I have so many important things, but this is the one thing I think everyone is just missing completely. They're just missing it. Okay. I brought it up by balancing a tire and how you put the weight on it, and it'll wobble or whatever. I brought that up on many shows. I've really made some guys angry. Free talk radio, I've made all kind of guys angry. But here's the thing: a bowling ball, a sphere, a pear, anything that you're going to spin, and it's going to be spinning and going in a track. Either way it's going, in the air, hanging by nothing, whatever. If you displace weight on that object, it's going to wobble in such a way, not only are you going to feel it, but you're going to look at the stars and see them jumping all over the place.
Right.
So we have tsunamis. We're not talking about just a little weight on a tire. That was just something to give you an example.
Yeah.
Think about rolling a pear down a bowling alley. Think about rolling a bowling ball down a bowling alley and displacing the weight on that ball all over it. I'm talking about oceans are moving back and forth.
Yeah.
You have tsunamis. You have dams in China.
Yep.
A long time ago, some scientists were on TV talking about the dam in China and how it might make the earth wobble. Do you know that?
Yeah.
So what I'm telling you folks is, if we're really spinning, we got a lot of weight being displaced every day.
Yep.
We are not spinning. This is an easy experiment. It is the most easiest experiment that you could do every day to prove this earth is not spinning at all.
Okay.
At all. And no one can refute that. That is simple science.
Yeah.
The guy who balances your tire knows it.
It's good.
He just doesn't think about it.
Absolutely right.
So I've had people tell me that the oceans are going the same speed. I've had people tell me all kind of things. let me tell you something. When you have a tsunami or you have a weight being moved on the earth, it's already overcome gravity. So gravity's not going to keep it in line, okay?
Yeah.
So whatever's moved has already overcome gravity.
Right.
So there's our experiment. No one can refute it. I challenge anyone who wants to refute it. And that's it.
Excellent.
There should be no more talk about a spinning earth.
Nice.
If you do, you're a buffoon. You're just a buffoon.
It's good.
I mean,
like it.
That's all there is to it. It's simple
man.
science. Thanks a lot.
All right, man. You have a good one. We'll talk soon. All right.
You do the same.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Let's jump over to Palmdale, California. A lot of calls from California tonight. We got another one after that. Looks like Alhambra. So let's pick up Palmdale. Palmdale, you're on live with Strange World. Just you, me, a bottle of wine, and glances in each other's eyes.
Ha! Greetings, Mark. This is Lucy Lemons from Palmdale. How are you?
I am good. I knew it was you. that's why that's why I was flirting in advance. What's going on?
I'm calling because I want to remind everyone that there's a meetup this weekend. It's coming up here in Palmdale. It's going to be at a park. And so if anyone around the area of Palmdale, Lancaster wants to come over, it's going to be a 6-hour meetup, so it's very convenient on a Saturday.
Cool.
There's so many cities around here, though, not just Palmdale and Lancaster. So anyone around this area, please join. You're welcome to do so this Saturday from 12 to 6 at Mary Kerr Park in Palmdale, California. If you guys have any questions about that, you can contact Netta at netta073@yahoo.com, or you can ask me any questions if you'd like. You can reach me at my YouTube channel on Lucy Lemons or anything like that.
Awesome. And that's with 3 S's, Lucy Lemons.
Yeah, Lucy Lemons with 3 S's. So I'm excited about this because it's the first meetup here.
Yeah.
And, I have a good feeling that it's going to be a really big meetup. I think there's going to be lots of people showing up.
Cool. That's awesome.
I plan on being there and probably streaming live. So if anyone wants to see what's going on, they can go to my channel and check it out.
Great. And by the way, rumor has it that I am going to be down in your neck of the woods soon because yeah, I know, right?
Cool.
National Geographic wants to shoot a meetup down there somewhere in your neck of the woods.
Oh, wow. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. And so it's like, all right. And they go, "Do you think you can do it in June?" I go, "I bet you we could absolutely do it." So hopefully your thing will go well.
Oh, cool.
And I'm in touch with Aaron and some other people down there as well. And as soon as I know something, I will let you know, and we'll make this happen.
Yes, most definitely. It'd be nice to see you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I know you have a lot of calls, so I just want to take a few minutes of your time to remind everyone, please come over. It's going to be a really cool meetup.
Palmdale, California. Well, I'm sorry, what day again?
Palmdale, California, this Saturday from 12 to 6 p.m. There's free parking. There's going to be refreshments and food served. So
anyone down?
Come on over, guys.
Yeah, in that area, you have no excuse not to go. You must be there. Why
Right.
not? And plus, you could meet Lucy Lemons. She's really, really cool.
Yeah,
And
I'd
by
like
the
to
way,
meet a lot of people too. I've already been.
Did you know? By the way, I gotta let you know before you go, and I will take one more call for the break, and it'll be Alhambra, which is the bootleg copy, the really crappy bootleg copy of the documentary that was out. Behind the Curve, which you can check out at behindthecurvefilm.com. The bootleg copy, you were in it. I was about to say you're actually in the documentary.
What?
Yes, you
No
are.
way. What was I doing? I don't remember doing any interviews or anything like that.
Remember they were there at the Pasadena meetup that I was at.
I remember that. Mm-hmm.
So you were on camera there, and I think you were also on camera at the Raleigh conference. So I think you were there in 2 different places.
So cool.
I know, right? So
That's awesome.
I will let you know when it officially comes out. The bootleg's out there. It's only about they only got half the movie, and I don't know if you're in the bootleg.
Oh.
But I will check it out soon. Okay.
Yeah, please let me know. Thank you so much, Mark.
All
You
right.
guys have all a great day. Just shout outs to everyone in the Los Angeles area, Palmdale, and in Stockton, because I used to live in Stockton. So shout out to everyone there, too.
Right on. All right.
Thank
Hey,
you, Mark.
you have a good rest of your night.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, let's jump over to, he's going to have 5 minutes. We're going to give Alhambra, California. I bet you this is Josh. Hey, Josh. Josh, oh, don't leave me hanging, buddy. Come on. Come on, take the mute button. It's a rookie mistake. You hate to see it. Josh, are you there?
Yo, yeah, what's up, dude? I'm here.
Were you like sleeping?
No, I don't know what's going on with my phone, dude. That's weird. I don't know where the hell the sound's coming out from.
You also, by the way, had like a 5-second appearance in the documentary because the camera crew followed you when we were walking into that little podcast radio interview in San Juan Capistrano.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Because you remember you were in that room the entire time, but they only shot me for most of the time I was in there. And we only was like 15, 20 seconds in that room. But I did remember you because I saw you. So anyway, what's on your mind?
Well, a couple things. I've heard a couple people already tonight mention gravity, right? Dude, gravity's easy to deal with because Newton's equation is based off the idea that you can tell what something weighs by looking at it. Right. If you think you can do that, you're a moron. Just flat out. There's no way you can tell what something weighs just by looking at it. Because I was thinking about this right now. Like, there's a tennis ball in front of me. If I held that tennis ball up from across the room and asked you how much it weighed, you would give me the average weight of a tennis ball, right? Yeah. But if I chuck it at you and it feels like I threw a rock at you because I filled it with pennies, there's no way you know that from across the room.
Good point.
There's no way you can tell what something weighs just by looking at it.
Right.
We do that all the time where you list something or someone will hand you something and all of a sudden your arm drops to the ground and you're like, wow, that is heavier than it looked. We use that phrase all the time. But the main reason why I call it is you, my friend, need to get hold of Poncho Pete. Okay?
Why? What's going on with Poncho Pete?
Because over the last couple of days, a friend of Poncho's that's been on his channel quite a few times now, he's an English guy by the name of Gerard, came up with this idea one day, and he starts calling in to the bookies wanting to make a bet that the earth is flat.
Really?
He called like 15 bookies. Yeah, he called like 15 bookies. Nobody took the bet.
Wow.
But he could make bets like if we're going to land on Mars.
Wow, that's really interesting. I had forgotten the fact that bookies will take almost any bet, but in the flat Earth case, maybe it's like, I don't want to. Yeah, that's interesting. Really, really interesting.
This guy Gerard, we call him Jez for short.
Yeah,
really cool guy. He actually before this already had the paper coming to talk to him, and he was trying to drag Pete into it, which Pete's all up for it. Pete's game for just about anything.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was already in the works. And then when this thing happened with the bookies and Jez got a hold of the paper about that, they were like, oh, you got something now. And so the paper was at, I think, Gerard's house earlier today, right?
Yeah.
At like 5 o'clock. At like 5 o'clock our time, 1 o'clock England time. And dude, Pete, it was live streamed. The conversation was live streamed over Pete's channel, and Pete just completely destroyed the reporter with every question he had. It was awesome, dude. It was like watching those guys take on the PhD students, but like 10 times better, actually.
Nice. Nice. And for people who don't know, we're talking about the UK conference. Some of the Flat Earth veterans were going up against PhD students from London and hitting them pretty hard, and they didn't have a chance. So that's good. I'm glad we had a debate. That was nice. Hey, we got about 30 seconds to the music. We got anything you want to close with?
No, just anybody else that is planning on going to the meetup down here in Palmdale. If you're on the fence about it, I suggest going for it.
Yeah.
I just got off Facebook talking to a dude that he lives like Orange County area, and he had no idea about the meetups or anything. Dude, he missed the one where you were down here. He missed all the ones in like Manchester, the Monterey and everything. Wow. I was like, bro, where have you been?
I hear it. Hey, the music's up. Which
you
means
ever talk to a predator?
You gotta go. We'll talk to you soon, okay, man?
Peace out.
Yep.
Hi everyone, it's Chris Gio here, founder of
You are now tuned into the truth frequency.
Your protection from deception. This is Truth Frequency Radio.
Major Kong. Major Kong. Primary target the ICBM complex at Laputa. Switch all receiver circuits to CRM discriminators. What's cooking on the threat board? Nothing. Alright, tell you what you better do, buddy. You better give Elmo and Charlie a flash, man. Bump everything up to condition written. Stand by tomorrow on the base. Major Kong. Major Kong. Hey, what about Major Kong?
Clear and plain and coming through fine.
What about me?
It's great to be fine.
What about Major
What's
Kong?
happened? You see the string in my leg, Scar.
What about Major
I
Kong?
never told you.
Hey, what about Major Kong?
Welcome back to Strange World, part 3 of 4. This is a call-in show, but before we get to that, I got to mention real quick, because I was informed during the break that for those of you out there in the Flat Earth world, I'm not necessarily endorsing this, but if you want the 50-minute bootleg copy, it's missing 40 minutes, the beginning, the end, and parts in the middle, of Behind the Curve documentary. It is at, I know there's a download, somebody's down, you can download it at theflatearthpodcast.com. You can go there and check it out. Hey, remember, it's black and white. It's not, it doesn't do the film justice by any stretch, but it's kind of like a 50-minute teaser trailer more than anything. So check it out there. Also, there is going to be a billboard for Denver. I think it's going to be tying in with the Flat Earth Conference, which is going to be in Denver in November. You can go to GoFundMe.com/Denver 2018 FE Billboard. So GoFundMe.com, Denver 2018 FE Billboard. Oh, yeah, and when you go to FlatEarthPodcast.com, it's under must-see vids. And I've watched part of it, and again, the full version is going to come out here pretty soon, and I encourage when it comes out, everyone should go see the full version when whoever distributes it. I don't know who's going to get it, who's going to wind up with it, but when I know, you'll know. So there you go. So let's go back to the phones, and oh boy, there's a whole bunch to choose from here. Let's go to 202 area code. It's Washington, D.C., nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Well, at least, who knows?
Phone call from Macedonia. You accept the call?
I don't know.
Phone call from Macedonia. You accept the call?
No, because it's not, you can't do a collect call. No.
Phone call from Macedonia. You accept the call?
Oh, jeez. I don't even know what that is. I've never even heard that on my Skype. But they were holding from wherever it is, Washington, D.C., and it was one of the worst voice simulators. We are going to drop them and see if they call back. Clink. There they go. Let's go and from that weird thing to 916 area code. 916 area code. You are on live with Strange World. Just you and me.
Oh,
just how I like it.
I know who that is. That's
yeah.
That's the girl that just did the Sacramento meetup with all that great video footage. You guys did great. Those. Wait, weren't you going to send me a shirt from that?
Yeah, I went to go to the post office, which was to my surprise opened on Saturday, and the line was almost around the building, so I couldn't wait.
No worries. No, I'll live. It's not going to be a big deal. So how are you?
I'm good. First of all, I hate the delay on these calls. It just drives me nuts. What's up with that? Is that like a thing on radio?
It's like a half-second delay going through TFR. Not my fault. But I try to compensate. I try to compensate. I'll let people just talk. So go. What do you got?
Oh, okay. Okay. So thank you again for doing the video for that, because if it weren't for you and Jaron, not as many people would have showed up, which we had about 50 people at its height. So it was great. It was a really good time. Nice. That guy David, shout out to David if he's listening. I don't know his last name. I don't know if he'd want me to say his last name, but this guy doesn't know any of us, makes a bunch of shirts that say cannot hold me down on the front, and then on the back it says I am anti-gravity, but in the formula for gravity. It's way cool. Handed them out to people. He had never met anybody. There were so many good, cool people. It was just awesome to be able to meet so many people, that are in this area that are flat earthers. Couple kids came, accompanied by an adult, but it was really great. So thank you again for pushing that, because it was awesome.
Yeah. It seemed like a lot of fun. I watched some of your live stream, and it seemed like a great time, a lot of great energy. And 50-something people, it's not bad. Sacramento, I think it's the first one up in Sacramento. So wonderful.
Yeah, it was awesome. Thank you, Karen B, for doing that live stream as well, because I was too distracted to try to do that. So it was awesome.
Just
Lucy
kids.
Lemons, I'm excited for her.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I'm excited for Lucy's, because, like she said, it's gonna be the first one down there, and just knowing that you're not alone. Like, I know I'm not alone. I have you guys, and I can go, but just being able to be around people in your area means so much. And then you make these connections, and now they want more. They're like, please do more. I'm like, okay, it was pretty easy. But apparently, and I don't even know if I should say this, but apparently after I left, because I stayed till about 10:30, 11, and Jaron and there's quite a few people still there, probably 20, 25 people still there. Well, someone got really drunk and got knocked out onto the ground because of some really obscene things he ended up saying, and he was a butt grabber. He ended up being a creep. So I know who brought this guy. That guy is not allowed at our meetups again, because he's a little handsy and mouthy.
Wow. Was he one of ours, or was he just a friend of one of ours?
No, I think he was just a friend of someone's. He's actually, from what I heard, a baller. So there you go.
There you go.
Good job.
Yeah. Well, I'd say we've done so many meetups over the last few years, and to date, there really have been no incidents to speak of. So the only incident in this case was done by a baller. So that's what you get, globalists.
Go figure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll let you go. I just wanted to pop in and say thank you for doing that video. And
happy to do it.
Just have a good night.
I will. You too. And I'm sure we will talk soon.
Well, yep, I'm sure we will. Shout out to everybody in the chat, and y'all know who you are. Love you all. And I will talk to you soon. Have a good night, Mark.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay, let's jump over to, let's see, because there's other people that are hanging on the line here, and I don't want to pick up a call twice. Let's do Florida. 561 area code. Florida, I think it's Delray Beach. Are you there?
Hey there, Mark.
Hey.
How you doing?
It's going well.
You actually know me as the plant-based comedian on YouTube. I do the impersonations.
Oh, right. Well, you know what threw me is your normal voice. What's going on?
I know a lot of people don't even know what my real voice sounds like.
Yeah.
So I bought a T-shirt that has the NASA logo and it says hoax on it, and I've been wearing it out like everywhere just in the last week, and it's just amazing how many people I'm coming across that are flat earthers that know what the shirt's about. So I just think that that's something that's really cool.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. It's amazing. The visual cues. I mean, I drive around with a flat Earth license plate. It's flat. And looking in the rearview mirror just tickles me sometimes because they're staring at it. Vanity plates. You stare at a vanity plate and you're going, okay, what does it mean? What does it mean? And most people cannot figure it out. They have no idea what it's flat means.
Right.
I even had people at the Canadian border guys. One guy thought I was a musician. Flat notes, right? Like flat,
right.
Like B flat. Right? And the another guy thought it was lowered, like it was a lowered car. He goes, it doesn't look that lowered. And I was going,
right.
It's not. But yeah, everything does something. That's great stuff.
Yeah, so that's kind of been how I've been doing public activism. Obviously, I do. I do stand-up comedy a lot, and I have been playing like Flat Earth Trump and Flat Earth Bernie Sanders, like doing that on stage. And
what happened to him? Did you hear that?
I'm still here.
Oh, thank God.
Sorry.
You muted for a second there.
Something's wrong with my connection, but
that's all right.
Yeah, what I was saying is I do a lot of stand-up comedy, and lately I've been incorporating the flat Earth into all of it, like instead of just doing the Trump impression, the Bernie Sanders impression, I do flat Earth versions of them. And I don't even care if the audience, because a lot of times the audience has no idea what I'm talking about with flat Earth, but I feel like I'm just getting it out there more by saying it at these different venues.
Yeah. It's
so that's a lot of fun too.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, again, it's becoming more and more accepted. At least the verbiage is being accepted. It's so much in media that people, again, whether you love it or hate it, you can talk about it now without people throwing stuff at you.
Right. So I would like to do a Miami meetup for South Florida. I don't know, how do most people, I'm just curious, go about actually creating that event? Do they just go on meetup.com and create it?
Yeah, go to meetup.com, put it on your channel, and of course send it to me, whatever bar, restaurant, park, mall, whatever you want to do, send it to me as well, and I will create a promo. I've got lots of templates, and I will put it in your area. Just tell me, just the date, the time, the location, and your contact info, where you want people to message, and I will throw it on my channel with some catchy little music track, and then hopefully people will get a hold of you.
Awesome. Well, I'm definitely going to do that.
Okay.
And
cool. By the way,
thing I'd like to say is
real quick before you say that, make sure when you're going to do it, pick a place that's not too loud, because people want to talk. And if it's like a sports bar with really, really loud music or wherever it is, people tend to try it, they have to yell. So pick a place that you could have a conversation without screaming. So anyway, go ahead. What's your last point?
Right. Yeah. The last thing I was just going to say is what I found helpful with talking about the flat Earth with people who are new to it is, instead of saying flat Earth, talking about like geocentric Earth versus heliocentric, because I think that for a lot of people is it's something that they can talk about more easily, because flat Earth is such like a trigger word for people, that they think that there's an edge and all this stuff, versus geocentric Earth kind of like starts the conversation, and I think it makes more sense without having to explain ourselves. So
I agree. I absolutely agree. It reminds me of the Alex Jones conversation where some of his people were saying, okay, how long could we do a flat Earth show without actually saying the word flat Earth? And I said, maybe 10 minutes, maybe. But geocentric versus heliocentric, I like it. I like that angle. That's good.
Yeah, and thanks for all you're doing. I'm spreading the word here in South Florida. We're getting a lot of new flat earthers, so keep it up.
Right on. Wait, will Donald Trump be saying goodbye?
Mark, you're a tremendous person. Okay, big league, just tremendous. Okay, and believe me, we're going to make NASA so awful again. Okay, believe me, we're going to put them out of business. Okay, they're a disaster. Believe me.
Awesome. Thanks, man. All right, you have a good rest of your night. Okay.
All right. All right. Thanks, Mark.
All right. Bye-bye. That was Donald Trump. All right, let's move on to. I can't believe I had Canada waiting. I'm sorry. I've been spending all this time up in Canada. I just got back from Toronto. Let's pick up 905 area code. 905 area code up in Canada. I am so sorry about keeping you on hold.
Oh, no worries, Mark. It is great to talk to you again. It's Ginger Sugarbush 905, Brian in Niagara Falls.
Right on. And you and I finally met when I was up in Toronto at the ping pong place.
Yep, your sports bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good sport.
Yeah. So what's on your mind?
But, I just wanted to say thanks again for everything you do. And it was fantastic actually to meet you. First time caller. So the long distance thing, it sucks.
I'm sorry.
If you can get an 800.
I will try to get an 800 number. I will. It's not me. I have to go through the station, but I will see what I can do there. Sorry about that.
You've got to be popular enough.
To
get one.
You'd think. I will see what I can do.
That'd be awesome. And when you get it, I'll be bugging you constantly. So I guess do it at your own caution.
Thanks, man. Thanks. And thank you, by the way, for coming out and meeting me in Toronto. And it was a blast. And I hope you had a lot of fun.
Oh, it's fantastic. I couldn't ask for anything better.
Nice.
And thanks for you and Patricia. And look forward to the secret show tomorrow, hopefully.
Right. I got to mention that. Thanks for reminding me.
Oh, and Joe Jackson.
And thank you for reminding me of that. I've still got 12 minutes.
Joe Jackson's it's my favorite part, man. Every week.
Cool. All right.
I can't wait for it.
All right. Well, I won't forget this
thanks,
time.
Mark.
All right. Thank you, man.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. That was Ginger Sugarbush. And we had a meetup in Toronto before the documentary. Quite a few people from the meetup. It was a sports bar called Spin with a whole bunch of ping pong tables. Who would have thought? And Toronto's a beautiful city, by the way, in the spring. Just a gorgeous place. I don't know what it's like in the fall or the winter. I'd imagine it's kind of like up in Seattle where it can't be very fun. But let's go to, we still got time. Let's go to 423 area code. 423. That could be in Tennessee. 423, you're on with Strange World.
423.
You got to turn your radio down. Got to turn your radio down. Got to talk to me on the.
Got it.
There you go. It's all right. What's going on, man?
Hello.
Yeah, you're talking to me.
Hey, Mark. First, coming through all right?
Yeah.
This is my name's Doug, first time caller, long time listener.
Oh, cool.
And it's like to have you doing what you're doing. And actually, I used to live in the real Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So you actually have someone used to be. But it's funny, joking about that. But what's up with the Donnie Iris tune that Donnie's from Pittsburgh, and I'm just curious why you have that tune on.
No, Donnie Iris, which is how I use a little clip from Donnie Iris, Leah. That's the name of the song. That's from the 70s. I use that as how that's how I end the show for people who don't know. And I don't know, I just love that riff. I was in like grade school when that thing came out. And I love that riff at the end, towards the end of that. There's just this deep kind of throaty riff. And it's really, really cool. And every time I hear it, it sends me back into where it's like, wow, I always loved it. So I decided to chop that little part and put it in there. And it's played at low enough resolution that they never copyright me on it. So I just keep using it. So
Okay,
I really love it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, the Pittsburgh accents are hilarious. People saying, "Hey, Donnie Iris is playing downtown," and it's just ridiculous. But anyway, I lived there for 10 years, so I had to put up with it. And Brown, it's Brown. We're playing the Browns today, the Stillers. No E in Stillers.
See, I didn't.
Anyway,
I didn't know that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Wait, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You're fine.
All right. I see. I didn't realize
you didn't know
that Pennsylvania had an accent.
Yeah, well, Pittsburgh does. Yeah, I'm from the middle of states, where State College is, Penn State, and they say Stillers and Yins going downtown. They don't say use guys like they'll say in Philly.
Right.
But they'll say Yins. I'm like, Yins? What's a Yins? No, you Yins. Anyway, there is a Pittsburgh accent that's pretty funny.
Wow.
That you could check out. But Donnie Iris and WDB, the Pittsburgh station, does a great job, and they'll make fun of the accent and they'll talk like that. But anyway, I wanted a quick question for you on the thing with the military with their 60 mile on radar.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a guy saying about going 250 miles further, far.
Yeah.
And would people be saying the ionosphere is bouncing that distance and it's not accurate? I mean, if you got into a discussion, I wonder if they'd be throwing the ionosphere into it, saying it's just like a ham radio. It bounces along.
Yeah, maybe. Of course, science is going to try to explain it away as best they could. And what you're talking about, the electronic warfare guy that I had on a little while ago, where he said that, we were hitting ships sometimes at 500 miles. And he wasn't kidding. And I go, 500 miles? Because, we couldn't explain it. It was like perfect conditions. Now, science would say, oh, you're bouncing off some stuff and it's a ghost image and crap. But I would say, no, I think the conditions were perfect and you actually could see. And then he said they saw planes at 1,000 miles, under rare conditions. And he said it was like they were on the east side of Japan, and they actually were seeing planes on the west side of Japan, and they can confirm all this stuff. They can coordinate, because they have communications arrays. They can contact other people. It's like, hey, are you seeing this plane? Yeah, we're seeing this plane. How are you seeing this plane? And nobody could explain it. They just shrugged their shoulders and said, well, yeah, fascinating.
One of those things, right?
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Yeah. And one of the things that may be easier for someone in a discussion is, if the Navy's floating all around the ocean and they're shooting 60 miles everywhere they go, well, if they're doing it all over the place and the whole damn ocean is flat. So, if they're being able to see 60, but I guess if you throw the obvious at them, they're going to be like, it's different out there. I hear this all the time. They're like, no, it 8 inches per mile squared. Well, but it's different at the equator. It's flatter there. Well, there's a curve somewhere.
Right.
Oh, the numbers are off. Well, if the numbers are off and it's 4 inches per mile squared, you would still drop off 3,333 feet.
Right.
On 100-mile distance. Would that still be accurate if it was half?
Right. Good point.
Yeah.
But
there's still a curve.
Yeah. Whatever. It's still a curve. You're doing you're doing it wrong. Whatever. Yeah.
It's like, well, okay, it goes 1 inch per mile, and you're telling me what is going to be big as so-called Jupiter? It's going to be gigantic. I mean, come on, it has a curve. So, well, when you go out far, it's going to drop. And that's that cognitive dissonance that people have. So you can't,
Yeah, I know.
You can't fight that.
It's all right. We're but
we
grow bigger every day.
But hey, great show. I'd have to say you're one of the best to listen to, and your recordings and everything. And I'm not saying that because I'm live, but I do appreciate your ability on the air and speaking your knowledge, but then also bringing on great people.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate the experts.
Thank you.
The
experts have been great so far, and I'm glad that I've been lucky because they've reached out to me. And if anybody else out there wants to add to the expert list, just call me up or email me. I'm easy to find. So, anything else on your side?
No, that's it. Yeah, I don't want to take much more. It's exciting that you sound a little bit different over the phone. I was like, oh, is this someone else saying this? And I was like, yeah, let me get my speakers off on my computer. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Cool talking to you, though.
All right,
thanks
man.
for the great work.
Well, hey, very welcome, and you enjoy the rest of your evening, okay?
Will do. All right, thanks, Mark.
All right, bye-bye.
All right.
Real quick, we won't take another call just before the break. I know there's a couple people on hold. You know what? I'm going to give you the phone number, though, real quick, which is 720-897-6111 or 213-233-3998. That's 213-233-3998. And a friend of mine actually wrote to me, because I do actually look at some texts and Skype thingies, and said that she calls them ballers too. She meant not globalists. Now, there's a reason why I call them globalists and not ballers. It's very specific, which is that ballers kind of like we've all heard the whole baller thing in rap music, and ballers is a positive thing. You're a baller. In fact, there's a song, want to be a baller. And I don't want to give the globalists that much credit. So if you want to call them ballers, that's fine. I don't want to even give them that. I want to call them, globalists. It's about as far as I'll go. I don't think I'm ever going to be calling anybody a baller. If you want to call them baller because it's quick, it's easy, and people can reference it, it's very, that's fine. And I'm not. It has nothing against rap music. I'm a big fan of rap, old school, Run DMC and LL Cool J, guys like that. Anyway, we're going to be going to break here in just a minute. So the phone number to call in, remember, if you're just going to listen, the phone number is 641-793-7117. And if you're calling from the UK, and we don't really have a lot of those. We have more Canada and Australia than we do UK. It's country code 011 and then 44203-393-2871. And what else in the last 20 seconds before we go to music? Oh, yeah, I'm going to be on Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes with Patricia Steer tomorrow. That's about 3 p.m. Pacific and 6 Eastern. And I mumbled because, honestly, I don't know. With her, you could get 3:05, you could get 3:10, you might get 3:40. I don't know. It really depends when she wants to enter the stage, if she's listening. Oh, music. That saved me. Close.
So strange. Check wallet for his name. His face is in the muck. I think his zipper's stuck.
You're listening to the Truth Frequency Radio Network.
No hate, no hype, no fear.
Welcome back to Strange World, part 4 of 4. And yes, for you, Ginger Sugarbush, that was Joe Jackson stepping out from his album, Night and Day. All right, quick message. Remember, I'm not endorsing this, but the 50-minute bootleg, extremely abbreviated version of Behind the Curve, the movie, the documentary, Flat Earth, is you can find it at theflatearthpodcast.com under must-see vids. Hopefully he will not get in trouble for doing this. He did not record it, and I don't know officially who did. It's in black and white. It's shot from an angle. The audio is not great, but at least you get a little taste of what it is. There is no official version of Behind the Curve movie out there, but if you want to check out the trailer and everything about it, go to behindthecurvefilm.com. And let's jump right to the callers. We're going to go to California. 510 area code. I think I know who this is. What's going on, man?
Oh, man, the unofficial Pittsburgh, California.
So how'd you like the meetup in Sacramento?
It was awesome, man. It's job well done on Michelle of organizing and putting it together, and it was yeah, man. It was a real good crowd, nice group of people. Obviously, those who were there saw some of it. I was able to bring my family down. They enjoyed it, and good times, man. Definitely
Nice.
good times.
Nice. That's awesome. So what's on your mind this evening? Anything fun?
Oh man, not too much. Just enjoying the calls. That's for some of the topics that people have been talking about, and I guess if anything on my mind, just listening to all the calls.
Oh, okay.
I mean, now that we're for some of us 3 years in, some maybe one, but for those of us who are a little bit further in, I mean, when you think about it, just the simpleness of it all. It's not overcomplicated when you really think about it.
Right.
I mean, up is up and down is down. And like you talk about the equations, when you over-extrapolate things, man, to me now it makes you wonder, if somebody's trying to hide something, because just like the caller said about the gravity in the oceans and stuff. I mean, that's a very simple thing to take in consideration, that water is just flowing all over the place, the breezes that we have and so on and so forth, but yet still people will try to explain that away,
Right.
So, it's a funny thing. And I think I heard on Globebusters, you've heard the argument where people say, well, hey, if you're up in a train and the train is moving and the flies on the inside of it, and, or a bird, whatever, but I believe they said on Globebusters, the problem with that is that, okay, you're talking about straight motion, but if that train starts to, make a turn, it's going to be, that bird is going to be affected, and on top of that, you're talking about something being suspended in space. What about those things that are sitting down, or should we say on the plane of existence?
Right.
It's been affected. So this whole notion of us being basically fooled this whole time of we don't feel movement it's just laughable, man, when you really think about it. I mean, it's just absolutely laughable. The fact that we're supposed to have 4 perpetual motions and we don't see, feel none of it. And it's quite funny. It's quite funny.
Yep. I agree wholeheartedly, man. Yep. All right. Well,
but that's all I got, man. As always, man, keep up the good work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Happy to do it. And, I couldn't do it without great people like you. I know it sounds really cheesy, but it's true.
Oh, well man, that's funny that you say that, because some of the people at the meetup recognize my voice, the fact I call in. So it's crazy now that people even recognizing me. So it's kind of cool at the same time. It's like kind of weird at the same time too. But hey, I take it. I'm making my reasonable. It lets me know I'm making my reasonable contribution. So
nice. Nice, man. All right. Hey, you have a good rest of your evening, and we'll talk soon. Okay.
All right. Take care. Keep it flat.
All right. See you, man. All right. Let's jump. We're going to just power through these, however many more we can do. Let's do 214. Looks like could be Texas. 214 area code. You're on with Strange World. What's going on, man?
Yeah, this is Chris. Yeah, I'm just calling in. I don't ever call into these places, but I've been having problems lately.
Okay.
So I've been into the flat Earth community for about a year and a half, and I waited for a while before telling everybody, and going through all that, and I have all these proofs, right? And nobody's looking at them. Nobody cares, even my own, wife and whatever. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it just becomes disheartening trying to, show people more or less the way, and nobody, everybody's so asleep, it just becomes difficult.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what your take was on that.
Well, again, you got to size up your audience. It is one of the main complaints I have about the flat Earth community, not that I'm not chastising you in any way, but everybody forgets how long it took them to become, a flat earther. How long it took them to flip over. And, if it takes you 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, whatever it is, you get so jazzed and so excited when it happens. All of a sudden it's like, oh, yeah, I can convince my next door neighbor in an hour. It's like, oh, no, you can't. You can't. And really, when you're looking at, again, this is why I said the first rule of Flat Club is you do not talk about Flat Club. That means you just size them up. If you have a person like my sister, does not believe in conspiracies at all. She says, quote unquote, she's got better things to worry about, or bigger things to worry about, or whatever it is. And so if people don't believe in conspiracies, you absolutely cannot start with flat Earth, because it's too much for them. It'll freak them out.
Oh yeah.
The most
I'm
you
definitely going to drop it in the conversation, but I'm not going to lead in with where they are first. Like with my dad, I started with, he doesn't believe in anything, just like, probably your sister.
Yeah.
So he thought. Yeah. And I told him, you're a gun owner. I know you are. Tell me that they don't want your guns. And I opened him up that way. And he would listen finally, but he still wouldn't talk. So, it's just a slow process of letting people understand that they've at least first been lied to, much less turn around and say everything's a lie.
It is not your job, and I've said this publicly and privately, it is not your job to convince them. It is not your job to even persuade them. It is your job to just plant the seed. That's it, and let them go. Yeah. I know it is the most unsatisfying part of being part of this community, is that you don't get to see it when it happens. Rarely do you get to see it. You put it in the seed in your head, and the seed in their head, and then you just walk away. If you're hoping it's like, oh yeah, they're going to turn right in front of me like a vampire, it's not going to happen.
Well, I knew that wasn't going to happen. I've been in I was awoken whenever I was 12. 9/11, I was homeschooled. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I had the internet. That's how I did my homeschool. So I've had my eyes open for a long time. So whenever somebody presented me with flat Earth, I was just like, no way. I look into it. And that's all it took. So. Right. I know it's a building process.
It is
difficult to get through.
I know, and I'm sorry for that, but I've just heard it too many times where you just put, because when they finally come to grips, it's going to be like many other people, including myself, and that is that they're going to be alone. They're going to be sitting there when they're most open-minded. They're going to be going through something on the computer, and then all of a sudden it's going to hit them when there's nobody else in the room, and then
I feel alone.
The what?
I said I feel alone. But
you're not.
Y'all are the only guys that I have to listen to and talk to that really get it.
The community is massive. Think about going to a meetup, whatever the next Texas meetup is going to be, if you're in Texas. Think about, if you can afford it, think about going to the conference in Denver, which isn't that far away. You probably drive there. If you can't afford a ticket, I will find a way to get you a ticket. If you were one of those people that feel alone out there and you don't think, and whatever reason you just don't have the financial wherewithal to pull it off, let me know and I will get you there. Because showing up with a big group of people, kind of like Michelle was just saying, the Sacramento meetup, which was the first one they had done, when you're in a room of, I don't know, even if it's only 20 people, but she was in a room of over 50. It's really amazing because people just, the energy levels through the roof. And when you go to the conference, the conference is, I didn't sleep for 4 days because I wanted to sleep because I had to do public presentations and I still couldn't sleep because people were just, the energy was through the roof. The flat earthers just stayed at the bar. The bar closed. They didn't care. They just stayed there until people just collapsed. So there's people out there, man. The community's huge. Don't worry, I'll still be around. There's tons of live streams, tons of live podcasts that are happening all there's 24/7. There's always somebody doing something. Don't ever feel alone, because it's an illusion like everything else. Remember, 90% of the community, they don't talk to people because they don't know who to talk to. It's not like we're wearing arm badges and special stickers on our cars. I mean, yeah, some of us do, but most don't. Anyway,
I
go
don't
ahead.
ever get to call in. So I mean, I wanted to ask just one thing: is your definition on gravity? Now I understand it's electromagnetic electricity, but I don't understand how to convert what people have already understood is that the atom pulls everything to it, to convert that into saying that basically the world's a magnet and we're all forced down.
No, make it easier. Think of it this way. Because don't and I don't want to go too far down this road, and that is, even mainstream science can't tell you what gravity is. They can only tell you what it does. And if you compare gravity on a globe versus gravity on a disk, on a flat disk, in at least my model, it works the same way. On a globe, everything's pulling towards the center. When it comes to a disk, everything's just being pulled straight down. And if they want to say, well, it's mass pulling it straight down, fine, then it's mass pulling it straight down. I think it's electromagnetic. I think it's molecular. But either way, I say, look, gravity is basically the same unless you're into the buoyancy thing, which is a whole nother deal. Remember, there's two schools of thought here. The other school of thought, which is that gravity as an electromagnetic force doesn't exist, and it's just a pressurized system, and it's buoyancy. So you have lesser density of air, and that's what keeps things up and down. And that's a whole other thing. But if you're going to go on the electromagnetic thing,
Well, I think it's both.
it could be. I mean, I think it's a pressurized system, and I think it's electromagnetic.
Yeah. I don't see why it should be split.
Yeah, why not?
But yeah, I appreciate your time, and thank you for your answers.
Yeah. If you need anything else, let me know. And again, think about how far away you are from Denver, because it's going to be a heck of a time.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. All right, let's jump over. We got 13 minutes. I think we can knock out these. Let's grab California, and then maybe Twin Cities, then maybe Middletown, New York. Let's see, 760 area code. Are you there? I know you've been holding for a while.
Yeah, no, it's me, Mark. How are you, buddy?
I am good. Although it's not coming in as you. It's coming in as somebody else's name, but I won't say who that is.
No, my name's Rob.
Hey, Rob. Hey.
Yeah. Hey, I've been listening to you for 3 years, so I called you like 3 years ago and way on early.
It's you. I'm right. So what's going on?
But so here's the thing about, just to carry on a little bit more on that gravity thing. You notice on those debunker articles, they always, not all of them, but they love to show the disk and then the arrows pointing towards the middle of the disk.
Right.
Like that's the gravity. Towards,
right.
And I'm like, so somebody needs to get on that and just say, we need to get on that specifically.
Yeah.
Because that's completely bogus.
Right.
That's like one of those things where they replace one. It's kind of a straw man argument kind of thing.
Yep.
And then the gravity equation. And I'm not to get too deep on this, but the equation basically has on the numerator of the equation, he has mass 1 times mass 2. And if you're familiar with the term plug figure, you know what a plug figure is?
I do not.
I got thinking about that. Okay, well, in finance, when you do things like currency translations and you're doing financial statements, sometimes it comes down to you got to just throw a number in there. It's called a plug figure.
Right.
And I start looking at that gravity equation, and the more I think about it, I think to myself, I think the mass component of that equation, they're just plug figures, and they explain the sizes of the, say how Jupiter's moving and how it's reacting with its moons. So they just create these mass numbers out of nothing. They say they want to tell us they know what the mass of Jupiter is, but then I think they only create the number so they can plug it in to that gravity equation. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does.
So if you had a math guy that really wanted to think about that, there's probably a way to break that down, in a more eloquent way than I just did. But
that's good.
I believe, because it just doesn't work. And then finally, have you watched? Have you seen what Elon Musk was up to this week with his earnings call?
No. No.
Okay, well he did his big earnings call with Tesla. And if you look it up, you'll find that he went a little sideways on the call, and almost like he's starting to lose it a little bit, because Tesla's got a lot of problems with their numbers, and obviously they need more financing to get the cars, continue the cars go, making the cars and everything. But I believe it's possible that maybe some of this is getting to him, with the SpaceX thing. Maybe he's just can't keep it up anymore. I mean, I know that you've said that, I don't know, I got thinking of that. He's lost it a little bit, and that's all I got to say, man. I mean, keep up the good work.
All right, man.
So.
Thank you very much for calling in, and try to call in more than once every few years.
Oh, finally, I'm gonna leave you guys with this. There's an island outside of North County, San Diego. It's called San Clemente Island. You can see it a lot of times, 40 miles away. Last time I saw the island, I noticed this little bump next to the right-hand side of the island, and I tried to take a picture with my iPhone, but I couldn't see it. I went to the map later on. It turned out that was, I believe, it was a tiny little bump. It was I think it's called St. Angelo Island, 125 miles from the coast of San Diego. And I know I saw it, man. I saw that little indentation on the upside, like a convex.
Yeah.
I don't want to use that word, but
yeah.
It was a part of the avocado, pointing up, out there in the ocean.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's awesome.
And I'm out of material, man.
All right, man. Hey, you have a good rest of your night, and we will talk soon, okay?
All right, adios.
All right, bye-bye. All right, let's jump right over to Middletown, New York. Middletown, New York, are you there? Boy, you almost missed the entire show, didn't you?
How are you, sir?
I can't complain.
Oh, man. Crazy day. I'll be quick. I just wanted to touch on the documentary. I think I saw the bootleg copy, and I thought that it was like you said, it wasn't totally the worst thing. Oh my God, flat earthers! But it definitely wasn't a scientific piece. It wasn't about anything about the discussion. It was about the people.
Yeah,
and I liked it. I didn't think that they did beat you guys up.
No. I mean, remember there was still 40 minutes missing in it, including the beginning and the end.
Right.
And they did take their shots, but they weren't academic shots. It was more some personal digs here and there. But I thought it was very fair. They treated everybody gingerly except for one person. And for the most part, everybody came off looking pretty good. I know, I feel bad because even in the bootleg, he's in there.
Yes, I had to go back and watch that part a couple of times. I was like, no, they didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely interesting.
He's gonna frickin' just I can't even imagine what he's feeling right now. But hey, you reap what you sow. What else you got?
Absolutely. I just wanted to say hello, and I had a quote for you.
Okay, what you got?
It was by I don't know the gentleman, Frederick Wiseman. He's a filmmaker.
Okay.
Documentary filmmaking ruins you for real life because you learn to be extremely attentive. And I like that because they were, I think my perception of that quote is that it opens your eyes. You know, you're like, you don't just have your thought process. You look at this through somebody else's eyes, and you're a little more open to it. You know, I think.
Yeah, agreed. The documentary team that worked with me over the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 locations, they were really nice. They were really good people, and they treated me as well as I could be treated. They were as upfront as they could be. They weren't gonna. I don't even know if they had a complete game plan when they were working on this. I don't think they storyboarded everything out. So when I saw the subject matter experts on the other side and the people that were involved, I at the end the first time I saw it, I was absolutely thrilled, and then the second time I saw it, I was going, I don't know how the community is gonna like this, because the community wants they want people's scientists' head on a platter. And they don't like seeing scientists on screen, and I don't blame them. So just go in. Remember, I'll tell you, and I've already told this, and I'll tell Patricia and everyone tomorrow, because Patricia and I have had some long discussions about this. It is not for us. It is for the mainstream. It is a mainstream production made by mainstream for some mainstream network, and presenting flat earthers to the world. And I am so far proud to be a part of it. Whether I regret that statement, we'll see.
Yeah,
but it's been.
No, I don't think you will.
Hopefully,
I don't think you will. I think you're right. And I'm pretty sure you've said it on there. I know you told me.
Yeah.
But I agree with you that even bad publicity is good publicity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, I was to say, if I was going to grab somebody off the street and show them a flat Earth movie, if I was going to introduce it to them, for brand new person, this is what I would show them. I would just like, you want to know how to hit a family member? You show them this, because it is watered down enough to where they'll watch the whole thing. When I did the showing, only 5 people walked out of that theater, and they were all senior citizens. So I don't feel bad.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, and you heard very minimal chuckling. I mean, there wasn't. Some of the stuff was funny. Even to me, I laughed. The way they presented it and did it.
There's some good stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting.
I want to pick up one more call before
I gotta go.
So, anything else?
All right. Love you. Love everybody.
Wait. Whoa. Wait. I have one more quote before you go. It's from the Peanut Gallery, of course. Laugh and the world laughs with you.
I have a quick movie.
All right, hang on. Laugh and the world laughs with you.
Yep.
Snore and you sleep alone. That's from Anthony Burgess.
You must know me.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hysterical. Oh, and real quick, I just noticed, I was watching Dumb and Dumber the other day.
Yeah.
And the scene where he's sitting in the bar waiting for the girl, and she never shows, and he runs out.
Uh-huh.
He notices the moon landing, and they mention it even in Dumb and Dumber.
Right.
They have space stuff references.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All right, man.
I'll let you go. Try and get another call in. Love you guys. Love you too, man. You're the man. Keep it up.
Right. Thanks, man. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
All righty. Bye.
All right, let's pick up 360 area code. You're going to be the last call of the evening. You've got about 90 seconds.
Hey, it's Dan, Valley Music Journey.
Hey, man, what's going on?
Oh, same as you. Probably just enjoying the better weather up here now.
Yeah, it is nice. Are you up in the north end of the island?
Yeah, still here.
Yeah. Cool, right on.
Yeah. So 3 quick things, make them super quick. Number one, you had that guy NOAA that was talking about NOAA a few weeks ago that's from San Bernardino or something in California, surfer guy. And he always talks about NOAA. I think that's a big layer right there that people, if they looked into it, is huge. Like originally, the New Zealand Observatory was looking into atmospheric things in Antarctica and electromagnetic effects.
Yeah.
And then NOAA came in and mismanaged them and turned them into a climate change deal. Okay. So I think you know that, but that's. And then I was going to say on Musk, You need to put them in a Matt Boylan room. Put them in the same room together, painting.
Oh man!
And you got egotists on both sides of the aisle, and both of them are struggling with their decisions. And
got about 15
it'd be
seconds.
Quite a show. And the last one on Chris, your personal suffering account. I just was going to say, 9/11 put me through a divorce. So flat Earth, it's a struggle. You got to be careful, like you said. You're encouraging about that. So you, Mark, you do the right thing.
Well, thanks, man.
By telling people how to approach it step by step.
Thanks, man. All right, hey, the music's playing.
Hey, nice to hear you.
Hey,
yeah.
All right, talk soon, man.
Yeah, thanks for the time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, guys, see you next time. Same flat time, same flat channel.
That's a great honor and privilege for us to be here representing not only the United